guys. Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Looks like an increase in aviation incidents is occurring once again. We noticed this a few weeks ago, and it looks like it's trending in the upward direction again with airplanes and helicopters. This is the flight path of the plane that went down near Sao Paulo, Brazil this morning. Unfortunately, there were 62 people on board an aircraft very similar to this one right here that went down, and from what I understand, there are no survivors. I have an article over here that you can find linked down below in the description box. But what we're going to look at in this video is the exact flight path of this airplane when it took off this morning and what happened to it right before it landed just outside of Sao Paulo. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, a quick look at the GOES X-ray flux. Much like yesterday, at about the same time, when I did yesterday's video, we were in the middle of an X-class solar flare. You can see right now we're in the middle of a strong M-class solar flare at the moment. That very well could end up being an X-class solar flare. So solar activity is very much on the rise. Right now, the solar flux is at 336. That is the highest it's been so far in solar cycle 25. That means the sunspots in active regions on the Earth-facing side of the sun are very, very active. And as you can clearly see, this is a look at the sun from less than an hour ago, loaded with large active sunspots that are producing a large solar flare right now as I do this video. Coming over here to poweroutage.us, you can see there's an abundance of power outages. Yet again, 183,000 customers in Ohio, 77 in Pennsylvania, 67 in New York, that would be 1,000, 26,000 in California, and 19,000 in New Jersey. Looking at the wildfire situation, still very active out here in the western United States, also up in Alaska, Canada. Our friends north of the border are dealing with wildfires as well, all across the country up in Canada. Looking at the largest wildfire out here in California, the Park wildfire, 428,000 acres consumed, 34% contained. So there's definitely no shortage of wildfire activity, and there's been no shortage of airplane and helicopter incidents in the last 30 days. The plane that went down just outside of Sao Paulo, I want to come back and take a look at the flight path of this plane, but I wanted to mention some other incidents that have occurred here just in the last 72 hours. Article over here at KTR.com talking about a helicopter crash in southern Alabama where there was one fatality and one injury. Over here at FoxCarolina.com, sources say the Carolina Panthers football team were on a plane that ran off of the taxiway at the airport here just a few hours ago. This occurred today, August the 9th. This is rather rare. You don't hardly ever hear of incidents involving professional football, basketball, even baseball teams. And these teams travel pretty much nonstop during their regular seasons, but there's a rare incident involving a professional football team. Coming over here to WTOPnews.com, talking about 4 people perished when a single-engine plane crashes in Oklahoma City. Article there dated August the 6th of 2024. Coming back to Brazil, I want to show you guys the flight path of this plane. I put together a small video clip. There was very dramatic video footage of this plane falling from the sky. I'm not going to show all of the video footage, but you can find the link to the video footage down below in the description box. But I do want to show you guys the flight path of the plane and what happened to the plane right as it was approaching Sao Paulo. Check this out. In what was supposed to be an hour and 50-minute flight from Cascavel to Sao Paulo, you can see the plane was cruising along just fine, didn't seem to be having any problems until it got right outside of Sao Paulo. And if you look at the video footage, you'll see there was no severe weather. But if you start looking at the altitude and the speed down here at flightradar.com, this is very accurate information, by the way, you'll see that the readings start to go a little bit haywire, obviously, right before the plane went down. Here's a close-up view where the plane went down at. You can see it made a hard left right there. It was almost in a nosedive there temporarily. They seemed to manage to get it out of the nosedive, made a hard left-hand turn, and then it made impact with the ground. And right here I zoom in on the final minutes of this aircraft's journey towards Sao Paulo. Unfortunately, it didn't make make it. And you can see over here on the left, this is a person that caught the plane as it was literally falling from the sky. I'm not going to show the remainder of the video. Once again, you can find that down below in the description box. But the plane's behavior over here in the sky does seem to match what was being shown over here at flightradar.com. Check this out. You can see the plane make that hard left-hand turn, and over here at Flight Radar 24, it shows a hard left-hand turn. That's exactly what the plane did. But obviously, it looks like the pilots were struggling to maintain any type of control over the plane, as it was essentially in free fall from the sky. But what went wrong? Was it something to do with the equipment on the plane itself? The last altitude reading for the aircraft was 4,100 feet, as it was falling so fast from the sky. But it looked like the pilots were having a very tough time controlling the plane. At one point, it was in a nosedive towards the ground. They did manage to get the plane up, made a hard left, and then that's the last you see of it right there behind those trees. It came down very, very quickly. And that's the incident that occurred this morning, unfortunately, with 62 people on board that occurred just a few hours ago down in Brazil. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.